Hey everyone, and welcome to Almost Cancelled. I'm Peter, that is Connor, and we are going to talk about Marvel's Agents of S.h.i.e.L.D. Season 5, Episode 14. It's called The Devil Complex. So, full spoilers for the episode, as always. I have to give the show some credit here.
Did it get you?
Well, here's the thing. I have to give it credit because it pulled a trick that it's already pulled, and it made it work because it's a trick it's already pulled, and characters acknowledge it's a trick it's already pulled, but it's been so long since it pulled that trick that it was genuinely kind of... Well, because they set up a situation where it couldn't have been a trick.
Right.
They set up a situation where it could be one of the fake apparitions that are coming out of the vortex thing, one of the nightmares that are becoming true. And it stands to reason that Fitz, or possibly Simmons' biggest nightmare is Leopold Hydra Fitz from the framework. But of course the big twist is that he's just going kind of crazy, and he's talking to himself. He did. I want to reference another show, but I won't for spoilers because it's not known at the start. Come on, it's obvious, Connor.
It'll come to me in a minute, I'm sure.
Jesus. But yeah, so it gets kind of dark and kind of unsettling. Not in a this is the creepiest stuff I've ever seen way, and I really care about Fitz, and I hate where this might leave him.
Do you know what? You're right, because this completely got me. I have to be honest, for a lot of this episode, I was like, yeah, this is all right. It's not the best episode. I feel like, okay, we're in the base. There's, fear creatures. We just did this. It's fine. There's some character stuff going, but it's not like an amazing episode. And then it hits the reveal. I'm like, oh shit. Oh, this is fantastic.
Yes. Because you think, okay, so he's talking to evil Fitz, and I'm like, oh, maybe there'll be some interesting stuff here where he'll have to listen to evil Fitz to solve the problem, and that'll open a whole can of worms. And
do you know what I love? It plays the moment even longer than I thought it could have got away with. Because you've got S.h.i.e.L.D. there going, who are you talking to? I'm just like, well, yeah, they sound the same.
No, actually, that was the moment I clocked it. As when she said, "Who are you talking to?" That's the moment.
Fair enough. That's the thing. It crossed my mind.
Yeah.
And then I went, "Oh no, they would sound the same. They've got the same voice."
I'm not really counting it as guessing it though, because it's literally 10 seconds before Simmons walks in and we get the proper reveal.
The actual reveal.
That is when I clocked it. That is when I went, "Wait a minute, I know what this is doing."
It's when it crossed my mind, and I was like, "Nah, they've got the same voice. It's fine."
They're subverting us. We're assuming this is a fake Fitz, but it's not. This is in his head. There is no other Fitz.
They even outright tell us it's a fake Fitz at one point.
Yeah, that's what Fitz says. He walks in the room and says, "Hey, it's Leopold. He's here," and
That's what he goes, "Oh, it's my worst fear," and Simmons is like, "Well, how do you know it's yours?"
Yeah, which is actually really depressing as well. That Simmons' worst fear is evil Fitz.
Which obviously she hints at a bit earlier on, because there's the astronaut, and she kind of goes, that's not even my worst fear.
Yeah. There's no sense. But here's what I really want to get credit for. Despite how good this is, despite how dark this is, despite how unsettling this is, honestly, S.h.i.e.L.D. being in that vice, pleading for him to stop, was really uncomfortable.
Yeah, it was.
She felt super vulnerable, and he was just like, "Nah, you might get paralyzed, but we'll need to take that chance." That is dark as shit.
It's when after the realization, and he commits anyway.
Yeah, because the other thing where the robot walks in and it holds up the gun, and he's like, "Oh, he made sure that I'd have a reason to finish." He's holding you at gunpoint, so I'll finish. But he kind of just says, "But he's right. This is the only way we can stop this. The science checks out."
Yeah, he kind of agrees. He's like he says, he hates himself for doing it, but he agrees that it was the right thing to do, even afterwards. He doesn't regret doing it.
Yeah, and by the way, I said it was uncomfortable with S.h.i.e.L.D. on the table. That was before he even started pulling it out. See when you actually see these long circuit
brain tendrils.
Things, yeah, I don't know what they are. It pulls them out. That was disgusting.
Yeah, it was.
The whole thing was uncomfortable.
And then you've got the building shaking as her powers are coming back in.
And and then we see just sort of silently, there's music or maybe some of the dialogue from him from before is playing over her actually using her powers to put the gravitonium in and seal the breach, and she just looks broken. It feels like she's been violated, and it just it hurts. It hurts to watch.
Do you know what the worst part is though? I'm angry because God damn it, we just got Fitzsimmons together, properly married. That's it, and then they have to do one more, thing.
Here's the thing, though. despite how good all of this is, it's still not the best scene of the episode.
No,
because despite all this, this show somehow managed to give me hope after all this. Because, Joe, it's funny, there's a point during all this I went, well, Deke's around, so I mean that means they must somehow like it was when like Fitz was in the cell essentially, and Simmons is outside the glass because obviously as S.h.i.e.L.D.'s finishing the gravitonium thing, he just gets down on his knees and puts his hands behind his back as if they'd even make him do that necessarily. Like if he's willing to go, he'll just go with him. But very symbolic, very I'm giving myself in. Like I know I have to be taken for this. And Simmons is outside the glass, and they're talking, and he's like, "Oh, I'm not sure where this leads us. Like, is there any future now? Like, we're screwed, blah blah blah." And it was during this I was thinking, but Deke's around, so that means like you have to get back together in some capacity.
Are you assuming then that if they change the future, Deke will just disappear?
Not even. I'm just kind of assuming at this point that they've not changed it yet. If that makes sense.
Yeah. But once they do change it, do you think Deke will disappear? Like he never exists. This version of him never exists.
Oh, I mean, possibly, but that doesn't necessarily negate. That's got nothing to do with what I was thinking. I was just thinking they've not changed anything yet, and he's come from the future that this is going to lead to. Therefore, like they must have get back together in some capacity. But not only did the show take what I was thinking, it actually completely ran with it. And Deke comes in. Simmons is sitting there crying, and right now to Simmons, he's like 2 steps away from a stranger at this point. They don't really know each other. He's the annoying guy who's hanging around, right? And there's obviously that moment earlier on where he was kind of staring at her, and we know why. She's probably thinking, this creep's getting a crush on me.
Yeah, he was doing the same with Fitz as well, though.
And he sits down next to her, and it's very like almost Big Brother, kind of like sitting down with his little sister and trying to like make her feel better. And he's like, I don't know what to say, blah blah. And he starts just talking about all these things about how. Like she's there for Fitz and to help carry the weight of the world and let him win some arguments and make this sandwich or whatever.
The sandwich that we saw before.
Yeah, the sandwich that he always likes and whatnot. And she's just and like as it was happening, I'm like, he knows too much. Like he knows this because his mother's told her some stories and told him some stories. And Simmons is looking at him like, how could you possibly know this? And he's just like, my mother told me a lot of stories about her parents and about how good a man like her dad was. So this is, and like, by the way, new piece of music was playing throughout all this stuff. Beautiful, very emotional, and Simmons, the tears rolling down the face as she's realizing that that's her grandson. I'm like, I feel nothing but bright hope right now. After the misery that the last couple of scenes were, somehow they've turned it, and it's like Superman just showed up and made me believe again. It's such a neat, dramatic trick.
It's funny because just a week ago or 2 weeks ago, we were speculating what's the moment going to be when they learn. Is it going to be Deke tell them or does Hale tell them? And right, okay, is it going to be a drama or is it going to be a comfort? And we were kind of not sure which way it was going to go. and then here it is.
Yeah, they did something that, I mean, I guess arguably we were in the arena with comfort. In the arena.
You mean Fitzsimmons in trouble?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, like, nothing prepared me for this. This was emotional. This is why this show's fantastic. Because even when we put some things together, some things are obvious. Episode 100 did a lot of things we expected it to. Outside a word not being there, which I guess was just actor.
Yeah, honestly, I think 100 is usually one of the easiest episodes to predict.
Because of
any show.
Yeah, and it's like okay, but like every so often it'll take something and it'll completely do something better that we just couldn't have thought of. And
yeah, that's why they're the writers and not us.
And not us. That's why they're being paid to write a show, and we're just here second guessing them every chance we get. But like, just going from the misery and feeling just this despair of, I don't know how anyone's going to look at him the same way again, especially Skye, especially her. And then just this hope, and it's like he is proof in some capacity that things are going to work out okay.
Yeah,
it's maybe not for the world, like the world's to my end, but for Fitzsimmons, but for Fitzsimmons, this is something. My only complaint in all of this plot, honestly, is that I feel like Skye get taken out too easily by the robot. Skye's a badass.
Yeah, she was caught unprepared though.
Yeah, I know, but I felt like make it like a bit harder.
A couple of robots at least.
Yeah, a couple of robots. So just make her struggle a bit more, and like have the robot do a few more extreme sort of
Okay, I'm
things.
with you.
I don't know. It's minor. It's not a big deal, but no, the emotionally this was top of the class of the year so far.
Oh yeah, this is easily the emotional high point of the season. No question asked.
God damn it, so good. Elsewhere, we've been talking about how this season's kind of a greatest hits, and I did have to check his name because if I recall last year it took me like 10 episodes to learn his name in the first place. That is Ivanov. I was calling him the Russian dude for about 10 episodes last season.
Yeah, he was the superior, right?
Yeah, and he shows up. He's got longer hair, which isn't important. I just noticed he had longer hair when he walked into the room, and so he's working with Hale. He's an LMD. Hale's got his brain in a jar, as we know, because we remember seeing that actually. Remember
that head was in the jar.
Yeah.
That's how we left him.
Yeah, so that's cool. So he's got LMDs for himself, but he can't make good ones. He can make functioning robots, which is why they're all kind of just they have like masks on.
But they're robots, not LMDs.
Yeah, he can't do like lifelike LMDs because Coulson actually again he points out something almost as if someone like this is almost like an alien question like a fan might ask like why didn't Hale just use an LMD and not be in danger in this whole plan to get captured because they can't make them. That's why.
It's true, and it really does feel like the writers are addressing these things before they can be asked. It's like, hey, you're going to complain about it? Well, screw you. We're going to answer it already.
No. And it's good. It means we don't have to do all the same not cheap, but it would feel maybe a bit cheap if we did all the same twists as last season where certain people turned out to be LMDs.
I think it would be a cheap reveal to do that, especially in this episode.
Yeah, especially when we've already got the much better twist with the other plot.
You don't want to undermine that.
And just, I did mention that they did it, but I just want to again commend that I love that Simmons brought up that, you used to see me back after you had your accident, which is a weird way of putting it. That wasn't quite an accident. I mean, the word was pretty intentional.
That whole bottom of the sea thing.
Yeah. But yeah, because that was a whole twist. That was like the episode 1 twist of season 2.
Yeah.
Was she's not really there.
Yeah, and I love his. She's like, no, that was my conscience. That guided me. And she's like, well, what's this then?
Yeah.
It's kind of a terrifying thought.
I mean, obviously, it's about him dealing with his dark side and like dealing with his demons and. And there's potential in that. There's redemption possibilities in that. There's lots of things they can do with that. But so that's the other person we've got. So we've got Absorbing Man. We've got what's his face from last week? Strucker,
yes.
Kid Strucker, and now we have the Superior. So we got this is our team forming.
Yeah, plus Robot Chick.
Plus Robot Chick. Yeah. So. Wait, do I actually know she's a robot?
No, but I'm just going to call her one.
Right, okay.
She commands all the robots.
All right, okay.
One.
Yeah, because I thought we established last week she probably was a real daughter.
She's probably not, but she's still basically a robot for all intents and purposes. Yeah. Just not an actual one.
Yeah, in fact, honestly, my only other complaint of the episode would be is that when May says, "Oh, you think like an army general would have better security on her phone?" I went, "Yeah, this is a trap."
I was like, "Yeah, you would, wouldn't you?"
Yeah. Hey. Guys, I feel like your team's smarter than this usually. And Coulson, to be fair, does blame himself and says, "Yeah, I reacted quickly." Yeah, but so I guess they address it, and maybe that's why that line's there, is because the writers knew it was maybe a bit dumb.
I did laugh at the reaction with Piper though. They were like, "Oh, maybe we should throw her off the boat," and he's like, "Yeah, maybe we should."
she's trying to redeem herself, and she's just got us caught in a trap. And of course, Coulson goes off with her. He's like, "Okay, I come with you. You don't harm my team." And Coulson's wanted to do it because he wants to get intel. He wants to find out what's going on, who she's working for. Which is the little tease scene at the end. Is she's in this weird room, and it's very alien feeling because all these big sort of symbols behind her. And I was like, "Oh, is this Cassius's dad? Is this like the in present day Kree?" And it wasn't. It's just a dude. And he ends the scene with Hail Hydra, which goes back again to this is a greatest hits of the entire show. We've got Superior, we've got a Von Strucker, we have Absorbing Man from season 2, we have Hydra, we have got LMDs. Yeah.
I'll be honest, I'm at the point where I'll be shocked if there is a season 6. Not because it doesn't deserve a renewal or even numbers wise, just because this feels like it's coming to an end. Like you say, greatest hits. This is doing all the things the show's ever done.
That's just the end game. It feels that way anyway.
It does right now.
I'll tell you what I love. Just because you know, I'm a fan of this Shield, which is the show that Catherine Dent, who plays Hale, was in. She was a main character in that, and obviously Coulson, Clark Gregg, he guested on an episode. He was a criminal in that show. So I did get some satisfaction out of him interrogating her in this episode over in an interrogation room, because a lot of his scenes in the Shield were in an interrogation room, but he was the one being interrogated by her and her partner. So there was, as soon as he walked in and sat down across the table from her, I went, "Oh, this feels familiar."
Tables are turned.
Yeah, this just feels oddly familiar. Like this is weird, and I'm willing to bet they joked about this in between takes on the day. They have to have done. They have to have done. So you still sneaking in and sexually assaulting grannies, Coulson? No, not me.
What his thing was.
That was his character's thing. Yeah.
Okay, lovely.
Now that's in your head. The rest of the show.
Could have done without that.
Yeah.
To be honest.
Yep. Because that was a big part of that show. Is her partner in the show was like, he was determined to be like a really good interrogator. Where he'd get them to confess, like out of like, you know, whatever, like just he'd make them want to talk. That was his whole thing. Usually in a very, very good written scenes where they sort of draw out the information and make them snap or make them whatever. The Shield's a great show. I highly recommend this Shield. Very different from Agents of S.h.i.e.L.D., but great show nonetheless. So, as we say, greatest hits. Hydra's involved. Hale's claiming that they're trying to save the world. Do they know about what's going to happen somehow?
Maybe. I am intrigued because Hydra, for all their world domination plans, they've never wanted the world destroyed.
No, they just want to control it.
Right. So they're not going to want this to happen either.
No, that's true. That's true.
So maybe there is something there. I'm looking
know.
forward to seeing it though, because like I said, we haven't really thought about Hydra in a while, not properly.
Yeah. Also, I'm liking something that Yo-Yo's getting at. She's like, "Hey, Mac, you don't have to protect me. Nothing can happen to me now because we know I'm going to be alive in X number of years." Like, I'm liking. She's got that Final Destination mindset in right now. Where it's like, "Hey, I'm not supposed to die for another 70 years. I'm as safe as I could walk in front of a moving truck and something would stop it."
Yeah, it reminds me of Flash last season.
Ah, the Irish, yeah.
Yeah.
And obviously Mac's like, "Hey, the future's not guaranteed, and we're going to goddamn change it." So.
Yeah, that's his whole point. It's like, the whole point is we're trying to change it. So if we can change one thing,
yeah, you can die. So let's play it safe, shall we? But yeah,
because it's kind of sad. Because if it's like if she truly can't die, that means they can't change the future, no matter what. Like if they can't get her to die, because otherwise.
Well, yeah, but but that sounds like they're going to test. Like, let's try and kill her.
No, obviously not. That would be weird.
I don't know. Fitz might give it a try now. Given his
do you know what? I wouldn't put it past him.
Hey, I know how we can test if the future's been altered, guys. Let's try and kill Yo-Yo, and if she's dead, then we've succeeded.
I mean, it wouldn't be wrong.
Oh dear.
I kind of want Evil Fitz to suggest it now, though.
Oh, do you think we're going to get more scenes with him talking to himself?
I hope so.
He's good at it, isn't he?
He is. He is very good at it.
Yeah, he's a good actor, so he pulls off both sides really well. It was really good when he was doing that.
Also, I'm not going to lie, there was a bit at the start where Fitz was going on about all the British snacks, and I was like, oh my god, you're making me so hungry.
Yeah, bringing up Maltesers.
And hobnobs. Twiglets. Oh, yes.
I've never had a Twiglet, I have to admit.
Have you not?
No.
Oh, you're missing out.
But if anything, I just feel it's a bit unrealistic. He never mentioned Iron Brew in any of these shambles.
Yeah. That's not a true Scotsman, is it?
No, he's leaving the most important thing out. But still, that's S.h.i.e.L.D. It was good. Like honestly, like you say, I mean, it was good for the first half, but it wasn't a standout episode, and then it just went into overdrive. That final 10 or so minutes was just like some of the best stuff of the season. Easily,
and that's the thing. Like I say, it was a fine episode. It was doing some character stuff for everyone, but it was like, okay, there's fears again. I get it, and then it's like, oh, you're doing something different. This is what the episode is. All of a sudden, it changes, and you get all the emotion at the end, and it's the best of the season. Yeah, it's great because it's like
It's that whole thing, if you fear something really hard, it'll come true just because you keep expecting it to happen. That's kind of what this is. Instead of it being like a fake fear thing, he's just so scared of it that it literally started happening to him.
Yeah, pretty much.
He created it himself, he manifested himself, which is just there's a nice little underlying message there, which I think is kind of cool. But no, this was a fantastic episode, so by all means, let us know what you thought of the episode in the comments below. Like and subscribe, all the usual stuff. Get us on the Twitters at mail_fuzz for channel updates. If you want to support the channel, head over to patreon.com/mailfuzztv. You can find a link to that in the description, but otherwise that is us. So thank you once again for watching. That's us. We'll see you next time. Have you got any vanilla?